take a business idea, take a shot at goal, and go hard at it for a period of time. Contain your time period. Maybe it's the 8-week day one program. Maybe it's 3 months or 6 months. But if you stay surface level, this is what people do. They stay surface level. They think about ideas. They listen to all the podcasts. They maybe chat with their friends, and they kind of think they're being entrepreneurial, but they're really just playing at it. They're Wonderpreneurs, right? They're really not doing anything.
I love that Wonderpreneur.
Really, and I don't mean it derogatorily. I'm just trying to make a point,
it's
right?
Good. Yeah, even if you mean it, it's fine.
and what founders need to do is it's his mindset. It's much a mindset shift of only outcomes matter. It's that they just need to dive in and do something, and commit to getting deep enough that they know from many sides if this is good or not. Whether it's a good business, whether they can build it, whether they like building it, whether it's fun for them, whether they're good at it. Those are only on the other side of a chunk of work. I don't know the exact time. Different businesses will take different amounts depending on you and your experience, all these different things. But staying surface level will fail you. Going deep will get you somewhere. And then you can say the best situation is to be sustainable, know what you want, go hard on a business for some period of time, knowing where your success and your off-ramp is. And then you just call it and you say, man, this was not it. And then that's your story. It's not a failure. It's not failing forward. You did everything. You failed forward. Yeah. You learned along the way. You practiced your craft. You're better at entrepreneurship. You're better at so many things. And now just go do it again. Now take a better shot at it. So that's my best construct for entrepreneurship that I love to guide founders through.
All right. So just to let you know, it's good. We need it. Just to let you know, and some of our audience, maybe they're listening for the first time, the main reason we started this podcast is exactly, to re-emphasize on what you mentioned. People don't give enough time, they fail and they want to give up easily. It's because I got inspired by Tony Robbins when he said most of the businesses fail because people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. So it's okay, let's try to help entrepreneurs so they can plan it well, and they should know that any business needs, like you said, sustainability, time frame. Maybe you should do it for minimum 5 years. Maybe you should do it minimum for 3 years before deciding to close down. That is one of the reasons we have entrepreneurs like you come on our show and guide the aspiring entrepreneurs so they don't play hard on their own expectations. That's one. And second important thing you mentioned was people are like Wonderpreneurs. People have ideas, they listen to podcasts, they talk to their friends, but they do nothing about it. Again, it reminded me of Tony Robbins because he says an idea will die in your head if you keep thinking about it and do nothing, or it will die on your lips. You will talk about it and do nothing.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So if you really if you're passionate about something, and also you said so many amazing things, there could be different reasons, maybe financial freedom, maybe you want to create an impact. You also touched a point about outcome. Most of the people, the reason for their own starting up their own business is money, right? We want to have that financial freedom. That's why we don't want to stick to 9 to 5. We want to have a side business and grow it eventually so we can have more time and freedom for our family, for ourselves. But on the contrary, there are a lot of leaders who say money should not be your focus. Create an impact and money follows, which I believe is true.
Agreed.
If you have a message, if you're creating an impact, success and money will just follow. Of course, you need to be patient.
Yes.
It won't happen overnight. But it's so difficult for people to understand these concepts. And then I come to my next question. When we have so many great leaders and people like you to help guide the aspiring entrepreneurs, then why should they fail? Or why should they not succeed if they have a good mentor or coach or a good course?
Yeah. Honestly, it comes back to my thought of, entrepreneurship is hard for many of building a business will always, there's two sides to this. Building a business is hard. One, in the process of it, right? Everything that you described, right? The burnout is real, the loneliness is real. There's so many things we didn't even touch on, like you starting a new thing and trying to believe in it when other people don't, super hard on your head and very lonely. But ultimately, if you're doing anything innovative, and that could be because you're putting rockets going to Mars, you're building rockets going to Mars, or you're building like a new kind of pizza shop in your town. If you're doing anything new that hasn't been done before, you are at risk, right? There's both business model risk, right? People could not want it, and there's execution risk. You could just mess it up, right? You could just make one little mistake here, and you could find yourself kind of unwinding. And again, the world is littered with second, third, fifth time entrepreneurs who fail. And honestly, it's because there's too much luck in succeeding, right? This is maybe what we do need to unpack is founders succeed, and they succeed for a lot of reasons, and they get, hailed as gods, and then they fail again. They fail the next time, right? It's very hard to repeat, as much probably because the little insight that they had the first time was more likely than not. Maybe they're skilled entrepreneurs and they won't mess up the execution the second time around, but their ideas aren't very good.
And what's one piece of advice you would give our entrepreneurs to escape burnout?